on the CT side, and that is indeed going to be the case. So if Chiefs win the pist around here, get off to a good start in 1 or 2 gun rounds, get an AWP on APOC dart, you can really see them having a good time. But see what Order can do here on this pistol round to negate that.
Pretty quickly grouping up towards, 2 sets of utility, a P250 being thrown. Well, Ricky's just going to hold on to that, actually, not going to throw it to one of the players with armor. Where are these utilities being thrown? That is my question. Looking like a smoke actually deep in towards CT Con there as Order start to throw some flashbangs over the top of the site and send the Glocky boys down lower ramp.
Hugh, the hero of the last round, is going to see Maker turn into that here for Train, at least for the pistol, as Maker will grab a couple, now one more, and Hugh, I guess, well, he's just waiting for Valiance to put that bomb down, but there was really no chance for Valiance. A shake of the head there from Hugh, and that is exactly the start Chiefs are looking for.
I mean, not only did they have the perfect setup to be able to deal with that strat, not sure if that was a bit of an anti-strat, maybe they've seen that pistol from Order before, but it couldn't have gone better. Look, the first 2 bullets that he fires, actually, no. I think it was the second 2 bullets that he, the second and third bullets out of 4. But if you're connecting 50% of your bullets into the head on the CT pistol, you're probably pretty happy.
Yep. Definitely would take that.
And then, yeah, obviously the play towards Coil. Order, again, as we've seen a couple of times in this tournament against Renegades as well, second round force. They don't want to let this one go.
No, definitely not. They've got a few smokes here in their back pocket, ready and waiting to chuck, by the looks of things, into that A-bomb site. But for now, they're just holding strong. Chiefs have kind of invested into predominantly rifles here, so they shouldn't have too much
oh, no.
Too many problems dealing with the armor that Order have got presented here. But yeah, that misthrown smoke is going to be potentially a big problem here for Order, as Chiefs have got the numbers on the A-bomb site. And yeah, I mean, it's just looking all sorts here for that T side. You still was able to grab one, but in reality, losing that single gun so far, not a huge issue for Chiefs. Even if they lose Jinx as well, it'll only be 1 FAMAS and 1 MP9 that's dropped. But in the end, that FAMAS should get picked up. Maybe not. Either way, we've got 4 guns alive. I don't think Chiefs are too disappointed by that.
4 players alive for Chiefs. They are feeling pretty happy. They're going to be cruising themselves to a very strong CT side economy following this round. If they have a very, very easy anti-eco here, they're going to be feeling pretty good heading into the rest of the CT side. APOC Dud, make sure you pick up your M4 from spawn, mate. You definitely don't want to be rolling out of spawn without that. No,
definitely not. Considering Order have put a little bit of money into this round. Ooh, nice. They get the triple nade onto Skull.
Onto the bomb train. You love to see it. That's going to give Order, I mean, how many nades is that? 3 or 4, like $900 to $1,200 invested to be able to take out a fully kitted CT player?
Yep.
Very nice.
To take it.
I mean, if you think about it, they got the exact same thing this round done with the full force by last round.
Chance to get even more done now because they have the advantage early on in the round. Maker's forced to throw his incendiary pretty early on. He's copped a couple of bullets as well, so down to 73, softened up a bit. Jinx now dropping his own here in SL. So a bit of that utility is being worked out by Order.
Yep, every grenade thrown out makes a difference. Well-timed molly there onto lower ramp. Should be a fairly straightforward cleanup. Easy 3-man spray down for Hugh.
Yeah, he's been in good form today. That's great news for Chiefs. And again, looking to take 4 guns through now as Maker will dispatch of Ricky, no problems. Hugh gets his 4K for the round. Chiefs are up 3-0.
9-0 for Hugh. That's 2 maps in a row that this man has started extremely strong.
That's got to be a scary prospect for Order. You know, we talked about this exact thing on the analyst segment prior to this match going live. Who's going to have to step up? Who's going to be the key for Chiefs?
Hugh.
Hugh is going to be the key? And APOC Dud is going to be the key. And to see Hugh being able to really perform so admirably right now in the road to Rio, it's kind of got to put Order on watch.
True.
They'll go into their first gun round though here, Order, and maybe this is where we're going to see the happiness stop for Chiefs. It certainly would be nice for Order if they were able to do that.
Same approach as against Renegades yesterday. Looking like a bit of emphasis over towards Ivy, but this time with no AWP on Alistair. He's not going to be able to be picking, well, yesterday it was Inns, but whoever this time around. Now going to see the retake onto T-Con with a flashbang probably out from Ustillo.
He's going to send Gyra on in. He's okay for now by E-Box. That is where Jinx is lurking close with an MP9, but Not really getting the result that he wants. Apoc Dud has a bit of work to do here to salvage the round back to Chiefs' favour. Because right now it's 3-on-3. On top of Bomb Train sits Humongous, but he won't deny the bomb plan. A 1-for-1 as Ricky catches Maker walking out from SL at the same time as Hugh grabs Alistair running away from the bomb.
It's a dynamic duo you were talking about, Jordan, in this 2-on-2 situation.
Well, same for Order as well. Ustilo and Ricky played together for quite a long time. Immediately, Ricky does fall, but I wonder, do they expect Ustilo from much the same angle, hiding behind the E-box here? He hears them drop down. It's going to probably be Apoc Dud on the defuse. Great shots from Hugh.
He's 12-0. He hasn't lost an aim duel, Jordan.
He's slapping them. He's giving them the left, right. Good night. See you later, Order. I'm getting worried. I know we're only 4 rounds into train, but
I'm getting kind of worried. I mean, I literally wolfed down a whole pack of tiny teddies in the break because I thought that this was going to be a 3-mapper and I would need my energy. And they're just so nutritious for you.
You might need your energy going if the Chiefs are going to continue playing like this.
Yeah.
But you are right. We expected this to be a 3-mapper and expected it to favour Order, but right now it's anything but.
Well, you know, it's not too uncommon to see you get off to a bit of a rough start on T-side train. By the same token, though, they definitely could have taken that last round, Order.
Ooh, I think Apoc Dud was
posted
spotted.
up. Yep, there you go. Nice opening pick for Order. And you could have seen them winning that last round. And again, they put themselves in a good position early on here.
Skull, he's getting a bit cheeky. Runs right into Alistair, though. So Order this time making it work.
Interesting to see Ricky on the primary AWP. Alistair's the man with the rifle in towards T-Connector. I mean, we were sort of theory crafting if Ali didn't manage to get his power back, that Ricky would be the man with the primary AWP. I mean, Ali's on the server and Ricky's still rocking that AWP.
Not a bad spot for Maker. Does get checked, though, by Valiance. I thought he was going to let him pass. Jinx, though, in a 1-on-2. He's done enough damage to actually make this do a bull.
Still on the big flank from Ivy, as we've seen many times. Jinx hit the timing beautifully. Bomb dropped.
Still rough here for Jinx. There's not really much place for him to go to, but all it takes is one headshot here onto Ustilo, and that would be a crushing blow for Order.
Oh, great molly.
He's got a smoke, but he's going to force the push out, and Ustilo will finish it off, but too close for comfort, I think, given the situation there.
Chiefs economy not doing too fantastic here. No loss bonus. Skull Hunter down to 1,500. Do you buy here? Hugh would have to drop an M4. Jinx is probably going to have no utility. Apoc Dud does not have enough for an AWP. In saying that, though, should they take the singular save, you're still going to see someone like Skull Hunter quite poor heading into the next round. So they are going to buy up. Apoc Dud is going to be dropped an AWP. Skull Hunter's got a Mag 7. Could see that taken in towards SL. You know, just 200 ADR. It's no big deal, Jordan. Just 200 ADR against Order.
Look, if you're the one that's telling me about ADR, there's definitely something going on. Because normally I'm the one talking about ADR, and you're like, ADR doesn't matter. But yeah, he's been doing phenomenally so far in these first 5 rounds of Train.
And the first 26 rounds of Dust 2.
Well, that too.
And every round so far in this series.
Well, it's an interesting buy here from Chiefs. They have actually ended up getting the AWP onto Apoc Dud, presumably dropped by Hugh. It's meant Skull's going to have to go for a Mag 7, no armor. Love to see it. He's in SL. Just misses the shot onto Alistair.
Ali very lucky to get away with his life. He just goes straight back down, Jordan. He doesn't care.
Yep. Skull's going to give it another peek here. Oh, Alistair was
classic.
Still on the stairs.
That's classic Mag 7.
28 HP for Alistair.
72 in 1. You hate to see it.
You'd be disappointed. But in reality, that was the weakest weapon in the Chiefs' arsenal. So you're kind of relying on the rest of these guys to actually be the ones to make the magic happen in this round.
And again, Order, similar to what we saw yesterday against Renegades, after getting that initial pick, are just going to keep things fairly sensible. Group up in the mid to late round. Bit of an execute on towards Outers. Smoke onto Sandwich. Smoke onto SL.
Timing was a little off there for Apoc Dud. If he waits a little bit longer, he might get a pick, but has gone back into the A-bomb site. Not a bad place to be, because that is where Order are headed.
Apoc Dud could just farm from Ivy here. There's no pressure on Ivy at all, and free shots for him into the side of these players on
what is
Order.
going on? What is going on? They've allowed Apoc Dud to get 2. Bomb plant hasn't gone down. Finally now some shots headed back in his direction. But that gives Chiefs a winnable position.
He's been allowed free reign. Valiant's going to try and punch in the code as fast as he can, but in a 2-on-4 now, how much opportunity do they really have to be able to close this one out? It's the 2 youngsters left alive for Order.
Galil in hand for Valiant as well. Not exactly the weapon you'd be wanting here, but he does have a couple of flashbangs, which will allow him to peek in towards those few Chiefs players, but too many to deal with, that is for sure. Stat'll fall. And Jyra, very much the kind of player that can win a round like this. Maker does find the 1v1 with a FAMAS. It was looking a bit rough for him there. But in the end, 5-1 will be the scoreline for the Chiefs. And I think it probably was a bit of a nervous kind of a retake there, to be honest, for Chiefs, because if Maker goes down there, Jyra's still safe from the angle that Apoc Dud is playing. And that could have turned into something a little bit hairy, but either way, they get past it. We're at 5-1.
It's a good push in the late round. Apoc Dud, he doesn't get any kills at Ivy, and you say that he missed the timing to be able to do so. But just seeing that there's nobody pressuring him from Ivy allows him to just sit there and post up on that angle, which is a little bit of a uncharacteristic line, you would say, for a CD to be sitting in, because usually they're going to be worried about people pushing them from Ivy, but not in that situation, and he's able to just shoot a whole bunch of Ts in the side and win Chiefs that round, or at least put them in a good position to do so.
Yeah, certainly some discussions to be had in the Order camp now. There was an opportunity for them, you know, if they win that round, they reset Chiefs' economy and they're off to the races here on the T side, and being able to come straight back into it, probably 3 or 4 rounds to the 5 that Chiefs have picked up. But now they're sort of back to square one. Chiefs have re-established some degree of control of their economy. They've got a good buy-through in this round. And now it's a case again of Order sort of having to punch their hand through that brick wall and try to break what Chiefs have built up.
Well, they've definitely kept these rounds expensive for Chiefs, which has put them economically in a position where they could be reset flash in towards T-Con. Jyra not white. And that's an easy kill for him. Surely he's made a mess of it, Jordan.
Was always going to get traded, though, in fairness, even if he does get that kill onto Skull.
And it's not easy to be able to actually spray when Skull Hunter's jumping around behind the edge of a wall. I'm pretty sure he just got 98 and forward.
Yep.
So it was a little rough on him.
Either way, it's gone to Chiefs,
yes.
that favourable duel.
Yep.
Skull, he's on 2 HP, which is not great, particularly when he's got an MP9 and he wants to be taking sort of prolonged duels. But either way, it's a player advantage, and maybe another one just about to come out here as Valiance will fall to Hugh. Make a setup on the line as well, and will be traded down by our initial fragger on that B bomb site. Ricky's doing some work here, and he might get more against Skull, who's very, very dangerous. And God, if Hugh doesn't win that aim duel again, you'd think the round could potentially be over. Alistair still in with a real chance. Oh, and that's a great shot onto Hugh. Now Skull has to win it with 2 HP.
It's come down to the man who managed to get away with his life earlier in this round. He's spraying through the smoke. How have none of those bullets hit Ali?
He knows. He knows exactly where Skull is. The round's over. Order's going to win it. And Alistair, I think, has some words for Order, or rather for Chiefs. It's obviously going to be only Order that will be able to hear them right now, but
that's just a massive impact play between Alistair and Ricky there in the ending parts of that round. It's not just about winning that round. They've essentially economically reset Chiefs onto a double eco. So you're looking at a 5-2 scoreline. Now Chiefs are forced, if Order's able to deal with this Deagle force buy, they win this round, then they're getting their third and then closing out another anti-eco. All of a sudden, it's 5-4, and Order, after being dominated in the first couple of rounds, are starting to claw this one back, Jordan.
Bit of damage done, though, onto Ricky and Alistair.
Definitely don't want to be losing to these Deagles, but that's a great wide peek from Valiance, and he just goes straight into inner. He does not care.
Yeah, a few potential aim duels here for Chiefs that haven't quite gone their way. It's been nicely negotiated thus far by Order. Valiance doing the lion's share of the work there.
They've avoided Hugh, and they've won the round for it. Well, like I said,
16-3, man, after 7 rounds.
Pretty good.
Can't get any more. Was going to take a mad flick to deal with Ricky there if he was. 5-3 now, and as you mentioned, double eco will be the name of the game here for Chiefs.
Yeah, and even if they do save in this round, I mean, you're looking at them. Hugh's got a little bit more cash than everybody else, so he's going to be the AWP dropper, which is going to limit his utility. But then you're going to look at the rest of the Chiefs squad. They're all sitting at around 2K, which probably means heading into the next round, they're going to be sitting around that 4.5, 4.8 sort of mark, which is not going to give you enough to get full utility in a kit, which is pretty important on train.
Looks to be a quicker play here from Order into the A bomb site. Big stack though from Chiefs at Old Bomb, something that we know that they like to do, and it seems as though Order knows they like to do that as well, as it's, well, actually, I was going to say dealt with pretty comfortably, but 2 kills for Chiefs. You won't be disappointed by that. Yep. Really just a bit of a cheeky strat, a cheesy strat.
Well, here's this buy, and like I said, you're seeing very limited utility for the Chiefs side. No Molotovs except on Skull Hunter, so that could be a massive difference, especially because Molotovs are very important to be able to lock down that T connector, to be able to lock down those quick contact plays towards inner. Again, 5 rifles set up for Order. No AWP. Quick smoke towards Sandwich and towards E-Box as Order start to group up in towards T connector.
Pretty important round for Chiefs.
Yeah, you are right. They will be reset if they lose this one.
Skull dodging all the bullets. Nothing's actually connected with him so far. A flash does. Oh, they almost went past him, but Ustilo does end up checking. Now they see Jinx up there in heaven, and the spam comes back from Hugh. He can't put a foot wrong through the smoke. A double kill. He'll boost Apoc Dud up. Surely that's a kill for Apoc Dud. Alistair's just progressed forward far enough.
It's a painful molly.
The smoke just not fading fast enough for Apoc Dud to get much done there.
Baker's trying to flank around through T-Con as Apoc Dud and Hughes start to move out of Ivy. Alistair up close.
Did he spot Alistair? I'm sure he spotted Alistair. Maybe not. He mustn't have spotted him. Now Hugh has to deal with that, and he does well. Maybe not. Even more. Surely.
Surely he doesn't ace.
I was going to say, he's on for it. Maker is going to keep an eye on Ricky for now. Who's on the defuse? It's Hugh. Has he got it done in time? Maker doesn't have a kit. That's the round over.
They didn't have the money for kits, Jordan.
Heartbreaking for Chiefs, really.
And it all goes back to that Alistair clutch, resetting their money. With how close some of those rounds were in previous, rounds, that's the difference maker. It's a domino effect. They're so broke that they can't afford kits. The round gets that close, and they're not able to come away with it.
There's a game of seconds there as well. Apoc just getting boosted onto the box a little bit too late to see the head of Alistair, and that really could have made the difference. So many little things, and they're going the way of Order at the moment. Much the same as what we saw on Dust 2, but the reverse going the way of Chiefs.
Now a save coming out for Chiefs. Order are very much in the driver's seat at this point. 5-5.
Hughes over toward the B side. Oh no, there goes Alistair and maybe Jyra as well. Second couple of shots didn't quite land on their mark, but Maker with the AK, he's stepping up! Chiefs, they're keeping Order honest coming into this B bomb site. Ricky continues to tap away, Skull Hunter under a bit of pressure. Jyra was low on HP, but where is Jinx? The timing not favoring him there. Ricky's done well. He's salvaged another weaker looking round for Order, and he is coming up with the goods in those high pressure situations.
I think he's just spotted out Apoc Dud unless he's just spamming away. Jyra, the main man on the site. Order a little bit split up at this point. Apoc looking to try to isolate 2 one-on-ones with this Deagle. He's given his position away. Picks up the AK.
Well, it's going to be tough to isolate those one-on-ones here. It'll be Ricky for the swing if Jyra does fall, but Jyra ends up getting 3 for himself in the round. And Order do pull ahead here on the T side.
I think it's job done for Order. Already 6 rounds. They're happy with that. They've got the economy to be able to continue to buy throughout the rest of this half. Now Chiefs need, well, yeah, bit of a contrast there.
Well, finally, Chiefs have enough money to get a good buy back through. And one more update for you is that Renegades and Ground Zero in the second map are in overtime. So who would have thought that was going to be possible?
Yep.
That's on ESL_CSGO B if you're interested.
Sometimes it do be like that domestically though, Jordan. Like sometimes the team that has the best chance of beating the best team is not even the second or the third best team. What an entry from Alice there. The man continues from yesterday, opening up Ivy with the AWP in order to start to creep out. See if they can immediately split the A-bomb site like they did yesterday versus Renegades.
It's a pretty crushing blow for Chiefs there, isn't it? Order have invested in... Oh, sorry, Chiefs have invested in the double AWP. They put everything into this round, and immediately at the start, they lose their primary AWP. But Maker's on the push here, and might get a nice timing onto Valiance. But Valiant's too good, wins that aim duel either way. And that's B-site, really cracked open. Skull's going to get in there quickly, and does deal with Valiance, who was running in with a smoke or a molly in his hand.
He's just trying to get the molly on CT con, which pretty much seals the round.
Interesting here. Hugh not able to win that aim duel. Looked like he had a fairly favourable one set up.
Still in towards heaven. Hasn't been spotted out yet by Order. Can't deny that bomb plant as it is reverse bomb train. They're cleaned up by
Man,
Ricky.
Order's just hitting everything at the moment, aren't they?
Yep, they're definitely turning this one around, Jordan. And I have to say, this is a fantastic start for them on their map pick.
Yeah.
I think they're kind of doing what Chiefs are doing to them last map at this point.
It's gone from 4-1 favouring Chiefs to now 7-5 favouring Order.
And it's just, that's how the CT economy works. I mean, if you're closing out rounds, that's good. But if they're close rounds and your economy is taking the hit, all it takes is that one round from the T side to reset you. Skull Hunter is, it's just one of those games. Yeah. It happens to the best of us. But this is classic Chiefs. Their players are notoriously inconsistent.
Yeah. Great entry from Alistair. So 2 aim duels there where the CT gets the initial shot across, but is won then by the T. Order's going to come streaming into the A-bomb site. They're not messing around against these anti-ecos. A big nade stack on both sides, and it's Order that find the advantage as a result.
Definitely helps when you have armor.
Yeah. Apoc Dud just gets blitzed. Ustilo might as well, although he didn't quite turn around in time. So Skull Hunter has found the skull. Been looking for it for a while this half. Not sure how easy it's going to be for him to retrieve that AK though.
Gyro doesn't seem to want to let them have it. He's just going to set up camp here. Ricky looking for info, creeping out upper. Order's very split up at the moment. Oh no. That's just a classic case of you've spent a little bit too long watching an angle. You've got that zoomer attention span. You know what I'm talking about, Jordan.
I'm not a zoomer, so no, I don't.
Okay, bro.
Okay, boomer. Bomb goes down. Okay, is actually on this site. Maker's creeping up the ladder. He's spotted Ricky there. Who, I don't know if Ricky actually spotted him or was called that by a teammate. Either way, a bit of damage done there to Ricky, and he's waiting for Maker to peek his head up. Gets the timing wrong, does Ricky. And Maker's, I mean, he's putting in some pretty decent work with his AK, but it's not going to make a difference. Ironically.
Not going to make a difference.
Exactly. This will be 8 for Order, though, and that's going to secure them the lead heading into halftime, regardless of how the following 2 rounds do turn out.
Okay, well, 8 and 5 for Order. Already job done at 6 to 5 as far as I'm concerned, and now they've already just added a couple more cherries on top. Let's see what Chiefs have for us here. Will it be double AWP once again? Yep, Skull's going to be taking that one towards upper ramp. I have to say, Order a while ago were a little bit inconsistent on this T side of train. As of late, they've definitely looked a lot better. Ustilo getting pressured at Ivy here.
Oh! That's a bit more like it from Chiefs, but immediately the response is there from Order as they're going to steamroll their way into the A site. Apoc Dud again struggling early on in the round. And now Alice is going hunting for some positioning. He'll go past this smoke and just absolutely deletes Jinx.
He's behind the bomb train. Valiant's trying to put that one down. He's in a great position here to be able to stop this round happening for Order. Spotted out though.
Yeah, and Valiant tries and does take that aim duel effectively. Skull Hunter's going to be happy to get away from all of that engagement and try and save the AWP. But it's not going to be an easy task for him. Alistair is continuing to push.
Looking like a ninth for Order. Can't put a foot wrong these last couple of rounds. 4-1, now we're up to 9 and 5. Last 10 rounds, Order's won 9 of them on the T side of train.
Yeah.
Ding ding, Order up.
Not an awful final round, at least for Chiefs. They'll be able to buy... Maker's got 8.1. Jinx 4K and Skull able to drop the AWP, or do they go for double AWP? Yeah, it looks like it's going to be the case. Maker has purchased that second AWP.
I think a lot of the time when we see a big streak of T rounds like this last round of the half usually goes the way of the team that's been losing.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be
You're right.
surprised to see Chiefs take this 6th. It's like a superstition thing at this point. Always seems to happen every time.
And I also get that feeling when you have sort of a 10-5 half or an 11-4 half, and the more one-sided it is, the less likely that team is to then win the pistol in the final half. You know, if it's up like 14-1, you almost always see them lose the pistol, I reckon.
There you go, Renegades. Close that one out in OT. Nicely done.
Yeah, it's surprising to see it go to overtime, but of course, Renegades are a very, very solid squad, and so they finish that off 2-0. And they basically ensure themselves like first or second, depending on the result of the game tomorrow.
And depending on the result of this game.
Indeed. Apoctod has started off the proceedings.
Ricky's just all alone out on an island here, just trying to apply pressure to Chiefs. He's definitely caused a lot of rotations as the rest of Order start to creep out Ivy.
He's made a bit too much noise there. Humongous will cotton onto it and turn around, deal with him effectively.
Valiants can't get down SL here. Actually, he's just going to run. Oh, he's all alone here with the bomb. If he tries to commit down SL here, he's going to get absolutely booked. Never mind.
Oh, I wasn't watching. And
there it is, bomb down.
Well done. Bye, Jinx. You were right in your superstition by the looks of things, but maybe there is a tale left to tell. Ustillo's going to chuck the smoke on, and an excellent flash from Ustillo, or from Alistair for Ustillo. But Hugh is there to still cause some problems. Alistair's low on HP, smoked off now as well. And Hugh's back up the ladder, drops an incendiary down as well. It just doesn't get any easier here for Alistair, does it? Lucky he's got plenty of smokes.
He's trying to knife Hugh in the smoke. That's a classic Alistair play. Skull watching the outside of SL. Hugh watching the top of the ladder. 1B finishes it off, and that's a 9-6 in the favour of Order on their T side.
Day after day, it's time to prove it. No days off, keep the hustle moving. Wanna see you be what you wanted to be, prove it. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said oh. I
chance and not lose. I can't pretend to like you. It's just I never thought you were sitting next to me. I don't understand. It's just I never seen you smile. You wanna make out, give me a second. It's just you never talk, I never listen. When do we fall in love? Make up your mind, honey, 'cause I can't.
How the tables have turned heading into the second half of Train Order's map choice. You'd look at the stats here and you'd go, Chiefs must have had a pretty good first half. Hughes 25 and 10. But then you realize it wasn't all to be. Pretty good across the board performance from Order has led them to 9 rounds on the T side of Train. And generally speaking, that's probably enough. But of course, there is always that second half to consider. Maybe if Hugh can continue the form that he's in, he can open up a couple of the bomb sites. It's not over yet for Chiefs, and it's not over yet for Order. Chiefs do at least have that one map advantage to fall back on, but the second map here certainly looking good for Order.
I would say so. Pretty good performance across the board. Order really doing it by committee. Chiefs, you know, who's got 25 kills? That's pretty good. Some of the other lads stepping up as well, though. Like Maker had some pretty decent kills in that last half. Jinx definitely winning a lot of those opening duels. Thanks, Mr. Tech Sky.
25 kills is indeed pretty good. 146 ADR for a half as well. Not too bad. I thought Ricky was the standout, and that's sort of depicted on the statistics as well. He had not only a lot of frags that went the way of Order, right? He has a fair share of them, but his frags were very impactful ones as well. In situations where it looked like Chiefs would potentially win the round, or probably would win the round.
He also had some pretty big balls plays, like that one round where he just dived into inner by himself and caused a 3-man rotation, and Order just crept out Ivy. Don't see that from very many players. Could go disastrously, but you could tell he was feeling it, and he was feeling pretty confident in that situation. GG bet odds 1.87 to both sides, fairly even.
I gotta say, I probably think they're not too bad for Order right now, but that's just me. 6-9 is the scoreline. Order should probably win the map from here. Pistol round, very important though for Chiefs.
Yep, they've got control of SL. Looking like a smoke. Going to be heading in the direction of the back of Green Train so that they can stream out T-Con and Ivy. That will block Jira's vision off, and nice opener onto Ustillo, was boosted on top of CD-Con.
Well, they'll be certainly eager to finish the pistol round off here after opening it nicely. Bomb plant's going to go down early, I would say. Jinx has gotten rid of Jira, and that is just another piece of the puzzle that Chiefs are looking to put into place. 3 on 5. Now 2 on 5 as Jinx hits another headshot with that USP he retrieved from Jira's body.
Sharp shooting from the man. Valiant's trying to come through Ivy with the kit and the smoke here, but I don't think Order's going to be able to turn this one around like we saw Tyloo do yesterday.
Not really being given too many duels there, and so that is going to lead to Chiefs winning the pistol round in the second half as well. Both pistols have gone their way in this map. That's one more thing to consider. When they're only able to get 6 rounds on the CT side, they did win the pistol, so it makes it even a little bit more damning. But off to the right start in the second half.
There you go.
Look,
Humongous.
I'm going to say,
is there anything? I'm pretty sure he's just leading in all damage, mental damage.
if you're going to make a pun, you can't literally just copy paste the dude's name and make a pun out of it, can you?
Yeah, why not? It's lowbrow, but we love just reaching for the low hanging fruit.
You need to make her a better pun than that, if you get my drift.
You still going for that kind of humour, are you, Jordan?
Oh no. Let's not get onto that train of thought. We have a very important second round here in the second half to take a look at. Or to have purchased into it, and Chiefs are kind of walking in the direction of a little bit of a stack. It's only the 2 players, but an early bit of damage onto Skull Hunter. Ricky with a Zeus, you can expect, should get a bit of work done here if Chiefs continue to pressure into White balls. There is a
Oh,
missed shot.
how?
How's he missed that?
1 HP for Apoc dud.
Did he survive?
Yeah, he survived it.
Was it through the wall?
Sometimes it just doesn't kill.
I thought it was supposed to kill.
I think it's units. It's like units of how far away they are.
Ah.
It reduces the damage. I'm sure MC knows.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
If there was ever, I'm sure MC knows. If you know MC, I'd like to see a third person.
I just thought he
after
dead
this
set
round,
missed.
but we'll just see you Stillo. He's actually got a nice little flank on T connector here. Bomb going down for Chiefs, but he could really be the difference maker.
Well, he's being covered off for the moment by Jinx, who gets a little bit too antsy on the move. Now Ustillo's gotten 2, and we're back in with a chance for order. This force buy starting to work out. Critical for Maker and Hugh to... Oh, no, it's gone all wrong.
There's a kid on Valiant still.
Flash goes over. They more or less know where Humongous is going to be playing from, and Valiant is just going to dive on top of the bomb. Hugh,
You don't expect
he's
him to
not
have
going
a
to get
kid.
there in time.
Yeah. Nicely done. Valiant closes that one out, but it was all for Ustillo. And according to expert MC, who knows more about the game than most analysts, you can do less than 100 with a Zeus from different ranges. So that's what happened.
That's crazy.
Thanks, MC.
I've really never seen that, actually.
I've seen it a couple times. You'll see it if you watch enough Ricky games. The man's literally been buying the
He buys
Zeus.
it all the time,
He's
yeah.
been buying it for like 3 or 4 years, going back to like CLG and Renegades when he went overseas. That's when he really started. I started really noticing him doing it. I'm not sure if I saw him do that
So
when he was playing domestically.
He shot over the head of Maker there and hit Apoc Dud, who was, I will admit, quite far away.
Bit of a timeout. 50th map order of play with their roster.
Really? That's a lot of Counter-Strike, really, since Gyro joined.
2.5 months. Almost 3.
It's quite a lot. I wouldn't have expected it to be that high, to be honest. Well, it's a pretty nice round for Order to win. It helps out their economy fairly substantially. Obviously, Chiefs being on the T side are going to be able to buy back in here. So, job's not yet done for Order. They need to really consolidate this.
Progression smoke deep into inners for Valiance, who has been joined up by Ustillo on upper ramp there. Actually, it's Ricky.
Oh, Hugh's gone straight through the smoke and Ricky's dead.
How do you make that work? And he just goes straight for the W play into inners. How is he alive?
Stillo's, I don't know what's going on. Ustillo's still alive as well. Does end up taking that challenge against Hugh. Now Jinx starts to work his way up past the bomb train and gets rid of Valiant. It's at the cost of his own life, of course, a 1-for-1. Ustillo was still hanging around. And yes, what's happening behind? What is going on? Chiefs have got players coming in from CT Spawn, from Z Connector. It's a 1-for-1 though. They're still surrounded. Skull Hunter's on the bomb. He's going to knife him. He's not going to get the kill. Oh, what a madness round. Absolute madness. And somehow Chiefs find a way to lose that. I can't believe it. They had everything going their way. And Order just somehow come out with the win. Oh, don't know what to say.
My brain hurts.
Mine
Too
too,
much.
but I think that might just be the headset.
Yeah, maybe. Too much going on. That round was meant to be like more of a default round, and then Humongous went, well, I'm going in. And the Chiefs were like, okay.
Yeah, maybe getting a little over-eager there.
Well, they still had 2 players on the other bloody side of the map over towards Ivy.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a bad play, but there's probably higher percentages in that 5-on-4.
Bang. Oh, man. Order's utility usage. That's the 3rd time they've got a kill from a nade stack in this map.
Gorgeous. Great HE grenades. You love to see it.
So far, the rounds have been pretty close in this second half, and so Chiefs have kind of been keeping Order's economy pretty low. Doesn't look like that'll be the case here in this round, although they have dispatched of Ricky. Important for Order to build that money up.
Humongous has got his hands on an M4.
And I mean, I say it's important for Order. I actually think it's more important for Chiefs to keep Order's money low than it is important for Order to build their own money up. Because as soon as Order's got good money on this CT side, realistically, they're probably up 14-7 or 13-7 anyway. then you
Well,
feel like the map's already over.
yeah, the game's not done yet, that's for sure. And every single gun that Order drops here is going to make it harder and harder to be able to make sure that they can convert this CT side advantage that they've earned themselves on the T side, really, as consistently.
Looking to try and get the bomb down here is Skull. And Humongous, who was actually carrying the bomb. But it's not going to result in too much. Order is up 12-7 now.
It's not the only thing he's carrying, Jordan.
Yeah, that's true. Really feels like we're on the tipping point of this map, though. If Order wins this next round, they do it pretty comfortably. I'm going to say map's over.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. But if we have a round on the CT side here where Order win in a 2vx or a 1v1, or it comes down to low numbers, that's where their economy is really going to take a bit of a hit, and that keeps that window open for Chiefs to be able to reset them and start to close this score gap. But I'd say already Order's got that 5-round gap. That's enough for them to economically recover from any rounds that they're losing, so they're in a good position regardless, Jordan. Just a question of how cleanly can they do it. Utility traded back and forth at Ivy. Apoc Dard.
Oh, just needs to fire, doesn't he? You
Yeah.
can't see anything over that smoke.
Ooh,
Looks
here's
like
the
there'll
boost.
be a boost.
This is pretty uncommon. You don't see this often nowadays. That double dink from Alistair. Maker's going to try and spam one back, but doesn't get it. And that's excellent stuff from Order. Definitely going to make things a lot easier to close out a round like this nice and cleanly.
Pretty well timed Incendiary as well. Is going to do a big chunk of damage to Hugh, but he runs out past it. Has been spotted though.
He had a smoke actually. He could have just burned his smoke in SL instead of hard committing out of SL.
Little bit of a hole in that smoke as well, where Hugh's feet will be spotted if he moves from E-box.
This will be an outer split. Alistair creeping up on the idiot wall. Takes out Hugh and Jinx. Sprayed through the smoke. Lovely stuff.
Wow, this is just a big round from Alistair. He's really taking the game away from Chiefs. 3 kills already in this one. Gyra spots Maker first.
I just want them to fix that, so I stop seeing two blokes just crouching in a smoke that's about to fade, crossing their fingers that it's going to fade favourably for them. I'm over it. 5-0 for Order, though. Look at their money. That's a lot of green numbers on the bottom right-hand side of your screen. If you're an Order fan, you're going to be happy about that.
Yeah, it doesn't really feel salvageable from Chiefs now. Alistair, man, he's just taken the game away from Chiefs there.
Yep, he hasn't even got his hands on an AWP yet. Just them for A1S.
Doesn't need it.
Tappity tap.
Pistols only for Chiefs, and look, I guess the map's not really over just yet, but it certainly feels like it is. Chiefs are digging deep. They're looking for a miracle in a round like this. Deagles, Pistols, Tech9. Can't expect much from them, but it's not a sure thing yet for Order.
You still are getting tickled a little bit as the rest of Chiefs.
Oh
just,
my
what the hell is
God.
that?
This is what I'm talking about. Humongous, clean, but Ustillo, he's probably done enough there to keep things favourable for Order. 3-on-2 for the retake, and look at where Apoc Dud is. Skull Hunter probably burns alive. Yeah, he doesn't quite get that smoke down in time. Apoc Dud's just going to say, well, I can't win the round from here, boys.
He found himself a gun.
I don't think so. I think they're all on the B site.
Just go and walk about. He's trying to find himself, Jordan, you know. Definitely going to need to, because Order's up 14-7. That's a lot of room to work with. That's what you want on the CT side of Train. Don't want to be up against the ropes, because the economy can screw you over towards the end of the game. Not something that Order's going to have to worry about. AWP now on Alistair. That's going to be a different look that Chiefs haven't had to come up against, at least so far today. On Train.
Bit of aggression from both Skull and Alistair, and it's going to work favourably for the CT side again. It really doesn't seem like Chiefs can challenge Order at all right now in this second half. Ricky spots them early, puts the Incendiary down, and they're going to go through this smoke.
I think Chiefs is kind of just capitulating at this point. It's very panicked. Skull, 5 seconds into the round, has dived through a smoke straight into a CT. They're extinguishing Molotovs and saying, we need to go. We're in a 4-on-5, and somebody's going, no. Wait. Take it slower. There definitely seems to be some indecision and some communication issues creeping in here for the Chiefs, and who can blame them?
Yeah,
Order's putting them under a lot of pressure. They are definitely under the pump right now.
I mean, where's the tack pauses from Chiefs?
Yeah.
You've got a coach now.
I think it's a bit too late now.
I mean, obviously now it's too late,
Yeah.
but those first few rounds of the half really could have dictated how this played out. The one, Chiefs win pistol, they lose the second round. Okay, not a big deal yet. But it's the subsequent 2 or 3 gun rounds where Order really started to pull ahead.
Yep.
And I think that's where you would have wanted to say, okay, let's take a tack pause. Let's hear from Yam. What's he got to say? Try to reset things because it's not over yet. But maybe a little bit too late now. They're going to need a miracle in a 4-on-5. Chiefs will work their way into the A bomb site. You still owe dispatches of APOC down a couple of shots to the head. The rest of Chiefs not really having much more success either. There just doesn't seem like any avenues right now for that T side to find any picks. Time's run out here for Hughes, so it's just a case of trying to do some damage. And realistically, the damage wouldn't have been all that impactful either because Order have built up such a huge bank. It is map point now for Order, and that will be what pushes us through to Inferno.
It's got 30 bomb for Hugh, but it's a bit of a participation award at this point. As he's kind of getting smacked in terms of the scoreline. 15-7 for Order. Looking fairly straightforward, so heading on to Inferno, we will see. Let's see if Chiefs can try to bust out of T-Con here.
Yeah, Skull tried again. This time he had the backup, though, of Jinx and Maker, and while he's gone down, there was at least some trades back from Chief, at least some signs of life. Jinx is going to grab another one onto Jyra. Maybe there's still another round left here to play with, as Hugh also dispatches of Ricky pretty cleanly. And you just got to think, where was this for that whole map? Wouldn't count it out just yet, but Hugh eventually does fall to, Alistair falls to Hugh. 18-5, 15-8. It's been a tough day. And here we are in another round here on Train. God, it just couldn't get my words out.
I don't think either of us got the sleep that we really needed after 10 hours of CS yesterday, Jordan. There you go. There's the tactical timeout, and it's their last one, Jordan.
It's too late. 15 rounds already for Order. I mean, to be fair, Order was down an even worse scoreline than this.
Worse than 18-5?
It was it was 15-5 for Chiefs on the first map.
Okay. Match point. There's a lot of them. 7 for Order to close this out. They're starting to run out of cash. Not a bad time for attack pause, because theoretically, if Chiefs manages to secure this one, they can single reset Order, get themselves up to double digits. And then we're sort of in that same situation as we saw on Dust 2 for Order. How many can they kind of grind back? It's still quite unlikely that they'll be able to close out the game. But if they can just keep Order honest, it might help them on Inferno. This
Looks
push
like another quick play.
up inners.
Uh-oh. I think that's where the smoke's meant to go.
He's surrounded right now, in theory. Ali's not really pushing on him. The rest of Chiefs have taken this out as area. Apox killed Valiance.
Yeah, Jyra creeping around here as well. Should be under a little bit of pressure from that molly, but it's gone a bit too deep to really be a problem for Jyra.
I'd say this is a good situation for Order to really just save these 4 guns, because they're going to be broken the next round.
Kind of looks like they've opted for that already anyway.
Yes. I mean, the setup that they're going for, I mean, we were talking about scissors, paper, rock on Dust 2. It doesn't get more scissors, paper, rock than running a 3-man setup towards inners and then also having 2 people push Ivy and the T's run straight out T-Con.
Hugh's got 32 frags in 23 rounds. How much more can you really ask from a bloke? And they're down 15-8. It's not like this is going particularly well for Chiefs either. Jyra's going to keep his M4 alive. Another one bites the dust, up to 15-9. Still not dangerous territory just yet for Order, but the money is starting to get a bit lower. So if Chiefs string another one together here, you probably look for an eco. Be a tough ask for Chiefs to win the map from here, but look, it's not over yet.
What an angle by Jyra. Double AWP out of Order, that's a little different. And again, Chiefs, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Straight out T-Con.
They're just going to keep hitting A quickly. Ustillo this time set up in Sandwich might have a better chance to fight, and he does just that. A spray down onto Humongous as well. He is eventually traded back on down, but it's 2 for 2, and Jyra puts in a nice kill against Skull Hunter. It is looking a little bit more worse for wear for Chiefs through the smoke. Alistair kills Apoc Dut.
Maker's quite good in these clutch situations, so definitely a very cerebral player. Order's giving him not much to work with, though. They're in very defensive positions, starting to creep in, starting to try to find out where Maker is, but he's just going to fall back. See if he can reposition towards inners. Ivy wouldn't have been a bad shout either. Currently, Ricky posted on that lower ramp line with the AWP. Is that where Maker goes? No. Straight towards upper. I don't think Ricky's peeking that line at the moment.
Ooh.
Just surely spotted him there. But Ricky stayed alive, so maintaining these numbers advantages.
Maker's gone on the offensive instead of trying to plant the bomb, and that's netted him a 1-on-1, flashing himself out now of B. And the question is, where does he go from here?
He's looking for the flank. Won't find anyone there.
Doesn't have
Order
time.
splitting up one apiece. Alistair's gone down to the M4. He's guarding that outer sight. Ricky.
Oh, the timing not good for Ricky there at all. Maker, he's gotten across to the bomb site. Needs to plant the bomb now. There's really no time left for him at all. And he fakes it, waiting again for the flank, still not knowing that Alistair is right next to Ricky. But I think he's seen them both. He might win the round from here. There goes Alistair. But he's going to plant the bomb. He has to plant the bomb. Ricky's going to win the round. Oh, no. That is not at all how you wanted to see that clutch going. It was so close for Maker. I don't know. Maybe he didn't spot both of them.
No, I don't think he did.
I'm pretty sure he did, but he just didn't realize that it was 2 players. Either way, that's going to be the end of the round, and that's going to be the end of the map. 16 on the board for Order.